Hello.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Shit, I fucked it up, Elon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So is anyone impressed? Alex and I have been speed running the ABCs all week.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my time down.
Oh, that'd be a good stream. You go live with the fucking, like, your splits, your splits up on the screen. And then right when you hit, like, the mouse button, you're like, ABC, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W. Then you gotta do VOD review and slow it down and make sure you said all the letters. None of that LML shit.
LMLOP.
None of that LML shit. Mouth moves when you read and fingers on the page shit.
So this is the alphabet episode, part 2.
Yep, literature 2.
We're doing the second half.
We're doing the second half of the alphabet.
This is English 103. You guys are getting ready to get out of community college, go to real school next year.
From OP on.
It sucks how in English 101, you can only read books that are written with the first 6 letters of the alphabet.
Damn.
Really limits you. Lots of stuff about ABBA.
It's all in different languages.
Wait, I'm sure we've talked about this before, but what do they say in the alphabet song with countries that say Z? Next time, won't you sing with
They said Z.
It's still.
No, I mean, how do you rhyme the song at the end?
Oh, next time, won't you see with? Next time, won't you?
Next time, won't you give me head?
W-X,
how about that?
Y,
how about that?
Z. I'm from a country that says Z, and I guess if you have it there, but I remember on like Sesame Park, which was Canadian Sesame Street, they just said next time, won't you sing with me, and it just didn't rhyme.
No, it works because it goes next. You say now I know my ABCs, not now I know my.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, now I know my ABCs. Yeah.
Now I know my XYZs. Put some B. No, it's now I know my XYZs. Next time, put some beans on bread. That's
really
the
good.
ABCs.
That's great.
ABCs in the UK. They call it the XYZs there. It's crazy. So stupid. But you don't even know your XYZs over there. Oh, and your whole school is a shooting gallery.
I hate that I feel like I feel the pressure to defend those guys right now. The drunk British guys or the guys who want to be drunk in Qatar. When people are mad at them, it's like, at least they don't have slaves. Every other instance, I'm like, yeah, Britain, we should just sweep it under the sea forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's
the lads should be able to enjoy their footy. It's fine.
There have been way too much having to defend Britain and British guys this week. It sucks for the World Cup going on.
The chant from today was very funny.
Yeah, today was the USA-England game, listeners, and they were chanting, "It's called soccer," which is pretty good.
And then, and was this a troll post, or was England actually chanting 9/11 and throwing paper airplanes?
I think that was
a
troll.
They might have been, but there were people. I was watching a pirated stream, of course, on World Cup's very second monitor material, and there's just one of those big conjoined chats where there's 6 streams or whatever, all talking.
Everyone's being incredibly racist.
And there were so many Brits in there, unironically doing. I'm sorry, Englishmen, because this was the English fans saying. They were literally doing at least I can go to class. My school's not a shooting gallery. Like typing it all out, their big words and stuff. I'm like, oh, geez, you're such a dork.
Was it more or less racist than like when you watch a UFC stream, or do you even know?
Nah, it wasn't really racist at all because it was just really just America versus Britain. So
okay, because
they weren't really focusing on race because both of them have
black
a lot
guys.
of,
Well, whenever I watch like.
They didn't have to go there, you know what I mean?
Whenever I watch a UFC stream, no matter who's fighting, it is just like the worst, like hard R and like anti-Semitism you've ever seen. Like, regardless of like, it could be just like.
Okay, I agree with you that there's nothing compares to UFC like pirate stream, especially if it's like the weak streams or the meth streams, whatever the fucking site you're using, like the NFL bite.
Yeah.
But the very worst when it's like a really shitty card with no one good on it. And you're like, oh, I guess I'll watch this fight. There's just like I want to see, and there's people in there like 4 hours early. Oh, those are the worst.
Those are the craziest chats. Like even live cams of hurricanes. People will start getting in racist fights in there, and they'll be talking about Benghazi.
Bro, every hurricane, there's people talking about. Alex is right, Benghazi. Shit you forgot about. There's people in there like, hey, remember when looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. People
who are like, their house is flooding and they're talking about Hunter Biden's laptop.
Oh my God.
They're on Telegram.
Remember Sharpie and Pooper?
Or I like going to the hurricanes. There's people just feeling like, nah, this ain't nothing. Nah, those people out on the pier are fine. That's nothing. The pier's like washed away. They're all shit. Oh, I hate those people, man.
We had a worse one than this last year, and we're still rebuilding.
Those are, I don't know. There's probably a better word for it, but I just call anybody like that. They're just been there, done that, and I hate them so much, man. Like,
anytime someone's victimized by something,
you can't.
Yeah, I did that.
They've always had something worse. They've done it worse or similar but worse. Like, their life is always better than yours if it needs to be, or worse than yours if it needs to be. Like, shut the fuck up!
Someone telling you about what chemo is like, you're like, I know.
And this
I
is,
know.
This is a.
I know.
This is something I've actually I struggled with it a long time ago, and it's been there, done that behavior. When somebody asks you if you've heard of something and you say yes for no reason, but you cover it with, yeah, I think blah. You just make up some excuse. Just say no. Say no. What is it? It's okay. It's conversation. So many people.
Yeah, they probably want to explain what it is. That's why they're bringing it up.
It's an ego thing. Like, yeah, they're not bringing it up to be like, ha! You haven't heard of it because you're gay. Like, they're going to tell you what it is. Just say, no, what's that? Like, it's fine.
No, I actually do that all the time.
It's a huge...
I do it with podcasts.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard you do that with podcasts.
Have you heard of Chapo Trap House? If not, you're gay. That's what I say to the bank teller.
This is people like, what's your occupation? Heard of Chapo Trap House? We're kind of like them, but we stream. The guy's just like, huh?
Yeah, we're sort of part of it, but we're also not.
Dude, I can't believe one of our fucking meme chat commands came in asking for an unban last night after like over a year. It was like the guy that said I'm a serious 50-year-old leftist or whatever.
That's a classic one.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Classic guy.
I'm coming in to listen to dialectical rants from Matt Christman.
He may be in his 60s at this point.
Yeah. Okay, it's pulled up. It's pulled up here. I'm confused about the nature of this channel. I came here for Matt Christmas and left it. Christmas.
Matt Christmas.
Well, it is the season. And leftist. Well, if you put Matt Christman and leftist together, it's like Christist, which kind of sounds like Christmas.
Matt Christman leftist. I did it.
Yeah, there you go. But it seems like whenever I check out the quote happenings is video games and stoners watching videos.
Okay, we're not all stoners.
I am a 50-plus-year-old serious leftist. When I can't come on here looking for dialectical rants from Christman, I am put off by video game nonsense.
Okay, like, you know, we all love Matt Christman. He's a genius. But also, most of his streams are just him just talking stuff. And he's on LSD half the time. He's higher than us. He falls out of his chair. He fell out of his chair in one of them.
The chair broke.
Being
not
like,
his fault.
It is true.
Not his fault.
It is true. But yeah, especially like, remember the New Year's Eve stream where he like fell over because he drank like an entire bottle of liquor.
Classic gifts from those.
It's just crazy to be like a huge fan of that guy, and you're like, oh, these guys probably smoked a joint before coming on stream.
True.
I bet Matt's never
That's also
stoned.
true. I have fucking partied with Matt, and like for the 1 ounce of whatever I'm consuming, he's at like 9, and he's playing Big Buck Hunter at 2:30 in the morning and shaking it over his head like the Travis Scott emote saying, paddock to panda. That's Matt Christman, man. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
To this guy, Matt's Karl Marx, but to us he's Groucho, and it's perfectly fine. I'm just kidding. We love Matt.
But when did he get banned? That was in November 2020. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
16.
It was.
Oh, he's gearing up to watch some primary streams. That's why he's like, "Fuck it, I got banned."
It was 2 years ago to the day. That's so weird.
Oh, maybe.
So every fucking Thanksgiving, he goes in there and it's like
Thanksgiving's on different days, which makes
I guess this would have been Thanksgiving week, and in his unban request said, "Matt wants you to unban me." Surely he doesn't, but if he does, he can ask himself.
He only watches the Twitch streams when he's at home for Thanksgiving at his parents' house. His 95-year-old parents have internet.
Also, Matt doesn't read the chat. He almost never reads the chat because it's people asking him if he's heard of books that he talked about last week, and he just has to ignore most of it.
Have you read this book you recommended me?
It's awesome.
Matt can make some serious dosh with some TTS. You know how much leftists love to type.
Yeah, turn on the Indian voice like we do.
Fuck, man.
Indian female.
That's just a meme everywhere when you see an essay in chat. That's a leftist chatter. I do it too.
Well, that guy's 95-year-old parents are big into the W community, so it makes sense. He just sees Twitch and gets upset about it again.
Toxic.
My grandparents love Bearded Blevins because he's respectful.
Oh, great. Ninja's Christian older brother.
My grandparents used to watch Dr. Witnesser, but then they found out he was Christian, and they're Muslim.
Do you remember when I laughed at I made fun of Dr. Witnesser for having Pornhub colors and he changed his layout for like 3 months? Like white and
That's
red
awesome.
and orange instead of black and orange. What's up, Dr. Pornhub? Shit. Dr. Witnesser keeps gaining lockdown weight, so to speak.
That'd be funny if a Dr. Witnesser, like this incredibly evangelical guy, was like banging the drum of "We still are living in a pandemic. That's why I'm gaining weight."
Is he deactivated again right now? No, he's not.
He's
ugly.
He's on YouTube. He's on Twitch.
Holy fuck,
Or no, he's
man.
not on Twitch. He's on Twitter.
Look at his Twitter. Yeah, he's banned from Twitch. Look at his Twitter avatar now. Like, expand it. Look how smooth he made it. He face-tuned it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so
he
smooth.
face-tuned
Oh my
himself
god!
so much.
What the fuck?
That's awful. He looks like Cole
He
Campbell.
has,
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet this.
his
right
hair
now.
looks like it's from Fortnite.
It does look like it. Well, you know what? He actually What he does, he goes into Fortnite, he harasses kids and teaches them about Jesus. In his own words, pretty much. I go into Fortnite and I ask kids weird questions and I talk about God. All right, man.
He
Pretty
just
normal.
does not do any numbers. His latest tweet has 0 likes. Before that, check out the latest video of me telling people about #Jesus in #Modern Warfare 2.
I
And it
love
has
his
2
approach
likes.
though. How he goes in to talk to kids about it instead of just like playing games where adults play. So he can really like going to Valorant and be like, "Hey, what's up?" He knows they're gonna call him slurs right away. The kids, he can at least be like, "Well, why do your parents even think that? They must be really stupid, huh?" Like, what an evil fucker. Man, imagine how weird that is. Separate the stream from it. Him just walking around seeing some kids playing like football and he walks out like, "Hey guys, pass it over here. You got time?"
Want to
about
toss the
God?
pigskin?
Wearing his fucking button up and his Pornhub tie. With his
Jesus
Fortnite
Christ,
hair.
man. Dr. Witnesser's
That is
tweets are
him. He
so
is the
fucking...
Jesus Christ man.
Oh my god. Every one of these I just want to read out. Breaking, Elon Musk is selling Twitter, then buying Fortnite and bringing back the old map and getting rid of all the sweaty players.
Oh, hell
So
no.
it's people better than you? You're just saying they should get out. Everyone that's better than me should be kicked out of Fortnite, and it should only be 3-year-olds that I can be racist to. Fucking asshole.
That's such a fucking like. It's like a pre-Miles tweet, man.
Then
Breaking,
he's
Elon Musk is buying Fortnite, bringing back the old map and banning the sweats. Okay, man. Nice. Oh my god.
he's adding Hobby
Fucking
Lobby.
October 2018 tweet.
He's adding Hobby Lobby to say, "Did you know Saturday is actually the 7th day and the Sabbath of the Lord thy God? He never changed it. And by making employees work on the Sabbath, you are breaking God's law."
Oh, so his wife
So
works
he's-
at Hobby Lobby where he does.
Yeah, so they're closed on Sundays, but it's if you actually translate the Bible, the Old Testament, it's Saturday.
Yeah. All those guys really love to get into the translation shit, and then when you tell them that their translation, they actually like one of probably the furthest from like the actual thing. Like, well, okay, shut the fuck up. Or if you bring up like, that's the other thing. Like the evangelical Christians. One thing about being a Catholic is we ignore the Bible. We don't read it. We hear it at church.
That's
You
what
know,
priests are
there's the
supposed
famous.
to do.
Well, there's the famous thing. They say if you go to mass every day, you hear the entire gospel or whatever, like in a year, which makes sense. So that's the point of it. You're not supposed to read the Bible as a Catholic. They're like, save that for church. You got other shit to do. But
Yeah, that's
Christians love knowing their Bible. They love to quiz each other. With James 16:30. Oh God, I hate that shit. But they never talk about the shit that makes them look weird. They never talk about those scriptures.
back around the time of the Reformation, that was the only thing you could really get autistic about was the Bible, because
makes
that was
sense.
the only book anyone had. So if you were autistic, you kind of had to read the Bible obsessively and point out all the different...
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And if you were like that type of kid, that's something where like, even if you were like a kid that lived on the farm that was neglecting your farm chores, what are your parents going to do? Ground you from reading the Bible?
Yeah, you're allowed to.
You're
No one
really
can
gonna
get mad
do
at
it.
you.
Although, I got grounded from books for a whole summer.
Just like Andrew got grounded from sweatpants.
Yeah, it sounds worse than it is. I fucking read like a motherfucker like 18 hours a day and would stay up too late and shit. They're like, just go outside. Like, all right.
Doing that with the King James Bible, though, is so goofy.
It was
Doing
never
it
the
now,
Bible for me. Yeah.
like
cool Catholics
we all
always
know
have
that's
the-
not the real translation.
No, the Catholics believe the real nerds know it's not, but they always talk about the Dewey Reams. The Dewey Reams Bible. That's the most pure translation. But the
Yeah.
trads,
Dr. Witnesser said on October 26th, Wakanda Forever is going to be trash and no one will go see it. Let's
All
see,
right.
was that true?
Yeah, I think it made $100,000 and they fired everybody.
Yeah, they
It
killed
was
the guy
too
that was in
woke.
the last movie because it did so bad.
It was too woke.
So budget $250 million, box office $601 million. So I guess people went to see it. Apparently there are a bunch of black people.
Oh wow.
There's like people who
Huh.
look different from me and they look like the people in the movie and
Man.
they go see it even if I'm not interested. It's really weird.
And you're saying they consume media as well.
Let me just remind you that Dr. Witnesser lives in like Vince area, Ohio, but even more like rural. Like you don't know anything, Dr. Fitnesser.
He needs to get into Moombas.
Speaking of Vince, I was watching some of Alex's stream from last night, which is when I saw the request, and you were watching the newest Vince, who I'm sure if you're listening to this, you know who Vince is, but he's the Juggalo sex doll guy.
He has one doll.
Yeah, who he's in a committed relationship with, and they were doing another Q&A, and those are always like incredibly dire. And he was talking about how their vacation. He brought his sex doll to Pittsburgh with him, and they took some photos. And then he went to the Steelers game, and she stayed in the car watching it on her phone.
Oh.
And he's describing it, and he's like turning her head towards him, and like getting her head to nod by moving it with his hand.
God damn it.
And how much do you think he believes the mythology that he's built for this?
More and more every day without putting a number on it.
I don't know how capable he is of regressing into that. Maybe he could, because like a 5-year-old, they can kind of make themselves believe that their stuffed animal's real.
Yeah, and like your make believe friend,
The fact that it's definitely enough of a
like actual interaction. Yeah,
yeah, and I think the
Yeah.
longer he tells himself that, he believes that because he's like, yeah, I'm doing good. Because it's like, well,
And he also, like, if you look at videos where he's with his wife, they don't seem to have a super loving relationship. They don't,
yeah.
like, they're both very, like, emotionally flat and don't really seem that
Vince always
attracted to
loved
each other. So
himself
it's
more
like,
than
yeah.
that's so true.
So she's not, it's not that different than a sex doll because I don't think he really had that much of, like, a real human connection to this other person.
And Amber is way hotter than his ex-wife.
That's true. And she's more fertile.
She talks more too.
And she has a male skeleton. So she's stronger.
Wait, is that something that he said?
He said metal skeleton, but he said male.
Male.
Oh, okay.
Just talking about her skeleton already is so funny. That's why she couldn't go to the Steelers game, because she has metal inside her. So she had to stay in the car and, like, man, I wonder if anyone's ever seen that in, like, thought it was someone trapped in the car or someone who was being
That
kidnapped.
makes me wonder if he's ever tried to bring her into somewhere with metal detectors and it was like beep 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 and they're like sorry.
Right? Or was he turned away like at the stadium?
Maybe. He didn't mention that. I think he's smart enough to know what places he can't bring a sex doll in a wheelchair into. But he might have tried it once. Maybe he tried it once,
man.
like a couple of years ago.
Probably consults Brad and Brad just does like a fucking like yes or no head shake with no words like duh.
He tried to
Yep.
take Amber to the Smithsonian Museum. They wouldn't let him in. And
They
he
put
walked
her
all the
in-
way home Charlie Brown style,
Put her in exhibit. Hey, where are you going with that mannequin?
accidentally leaving her at the Guggenheim Wax Museum, confusing her with someone else, or just switching her out.
That'd be cool.
Like if you're a sex doll and you go to that museum and you find like Marilyn Monroe,
Marilyn
Hachi
Manson.
Machi, just swap them out. Marilyn Manson, yeah.
Marilyn Manson and Amber Switch.
You get a good deal on Marilyn Manson because he's missing a rib.
Right.
He has less of a male skeleton than anybody.
That's the another. Sorry to get back into the Bible. It's a pretty Christian podcast today, but God had the idea to remove the rib from Adam to create woman. But you know when God was away doing that, you know what Adam was up to?
Mm-hmm.
He was laying there
Sucking his own
sucking his
dick.
dick, curled up like a shrimp.
And he didn't have to have his rib removed to do it.
He did.
Contra
God,
Marilyn Manson.
God took it actually to make. God was over making the woman, and then Adam was like, "Wow, I could finally reach it."
Oh, okay. It
Yeah.
finally enabled him.
Yeah, God turned his back. That was the first sin. So God came back and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And Adam reached up and grabbed an apple and goes, it's just it's a fruit."
I think a better Genesis story would be instead of the snake that tempts Eve to eat the apple, there was a tree with a pussy on it, and they tricked Adam into fucking it, and then they got kicked out.
Whatever you do, don't fuck this tree.
You
I know
cannot
it looks
fuck
like a
this tree.
pussy, but it's actually a mushroom that'll make your dick itch.
I know
Do
this big old oak tree over here looks like a big butt.
And God, like, Adam just fucking doesn't see God for like 20 minutes and goes over right away and starts like, just sticking his finger in it like a monkey, like the monkey and the dog.
Dude, I love the idea that
and God's just ducking behind a tree, all big.
I love the idea that in the Garden of Eden there's one of those like 45 pounds of real pussy and ass, like
it's just sitting there. Well,
sex toys.
It would make sense.
You're not allowed to fuck.
It would actually make sense that would be in the Garden of Eden. They probably just wouldn't say it in the Bible because they wouldn't know how to describe it, or there's no like translation for 22 pounds of ass and pussy.
I think back then they just used farm animals. Like before you have plastic and silicone and stuff, I think.
Yeah, they were Welsh.
Back when, man? We're talking about Garden of Eden, dog.
Well, they had the animals, right? They didn't farm because they were. I guess they were hunter gatherers at that point, symbolically. But there were like goats and stuff, right?
Guy who like is completely pro science, but also believes a bunch of shit from the Bible from his childhood. No, I think it was just a bunch of amoebas in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve at that point.
Oh, okay. Cyanobacteria.
Yeah, they're always kind of floating around. So
Adam's he's been a fully formed man through the entire process of evolution. Like he's like swimming around with like the fish growing legs.
Getting grossed out by him. Fucking squashing them and shit. There's like a brand new species that crawls up on land. Adam comes up right away and just fucking kicks it.
Hiding from the dinosaurs.
Yeah. This new creature pops legs out for the first time. It's crawling up on the shore, and Adam walks up and just fucking picks up and skips it like a rock back into the water.
What's up, nerd?
That's pretty cool. Adam's cool. Just running around trying to suck his dick.
Yeah, that guy was awesome.
Fucking the tree pussy. So awesome. So awesome.
That tree was Satan. It's like Elon Musk tempting Donald Trump to fuck his pussy. And that meme he posted.
It's so stupid.
Like Donald Trump, he wants to fuck my pussy, which is me.
Donald, it's Elon here. I know you want to fuck my big pussy. Come on over, Donald.
I'm an estrus.
God damn it.
I think men need to go in estrus. We need to have big red butts like baboons.
Elon does, man. I said it before, but Elon
so his female employees can stay away from him.
Yeah. Elon looks like one of those dudes that would be on like one of Oprah's more filler episodes back during her big years where she would have like three near-death experience people on an hour. And he would be the dude that had like his face crushed by an elevator and they rebuilt it. And he looks he was like, I had to go to Taiwan to get this fixed. And they like try to just make him look sort of Asian. That's why he looks the way he does now. But he looks like Elon Ma. And,
yeah, he truly is.
But he
just
does
Chinese.
look fucking reconstructed though. His face, it looks so weird. And I'm sure it's like a bunch of weird plastic surgery. Which, here's another point I want to bring up. It was in the news this week. Did you guys see that freak that's like, I'm reversing aging. I've taken 5 years off my life in 7 months. Yeah,
has
dog.
some acai bowls and.
Hey, how young are you trying to get, bro? This kind of sus.
Yeah, that guy's like 50.
Bro's trying to get younger to hang out with kids. That's when I start telling people, hey, everyone, he's trying to be younger. You're trying to be younger so you can be friends with kids.
Like, he looks good, but I don't think you can really say that shit when you're 50 and you're just in good shape.
No, and
like,
also,
I want to see you when you're 80.
Did you read the article about like his weird routines and shit? And of course, he's like doing all this weird experimental, I don't even know if it's like not drug shit, but just like routines and stuff. I feel like he's just gonna be a guy that's like, in 3 years, randomly will be like, a man who's pioneered reversing aging died just randomly. Fucking heart attack.
I didn't read the article, but I read the entire like Twitter thread where his nut hugger journalist that was making the article was describing everything in the article. And I found his workout routine to be weird because there was stuff that I recognized, but it was always like really.
I just assume it's like 80% fake. Like the article,
it's like really fancy sounding exercise names that have like, you know, some motions that you might hear, but you can just tell that his coach is someone that wants him to fucking stand on a Bosu ball on one leg and juggle or whatever. So that's what I was looking at it for.
So many of those guys, they hire social media firms to make them into like viral health influencers, like the Liver King guy. He just hired a social media firm to say I eat all this shit and say I do whatever. And meanwhile, he's just on steroids.
You know my two favorite things about the Liver King, though? One is that he's like 5'4", and he always has like friends around him that are even shorter and like keeps those guys around, like that's his circle, and that's why he looks
That rocks.
huge.
That's why I hang out with Beaner Kiki.
Yeah, you bully his ass. You're like, what's up? What's
Yeah,
up,
kick him.
little bro? The other thing is that everybody he meets for get it? That's a pun. But everyone he meets for podcasts and stuff agrees that he has the fucking rankest, dankest BO they've ever been in a room with. Like, he just fucking smells like fucking shit all the time.
Yeah, meat will do that.
That's crazy. He's got the
If you
meat
eat only
sweats.
meat, your body odor's
Of
worse.
course, he's also like minimal shower guy. Like, don't wear deodorant. You know,
Ugh.
love my own Musk, and he just smells like balls.
And keto too. Keto
That's
will make
really
you smell
funny.
nasty.
Yeah.
You'll have nail polish breath.
He doesn't even deny it because somebody like make a comment like, "You really stink, bud." He's like, "Yeah, it's part of being Liver King. I smell like shit." All right, man, that's cool.
His
smell like shit.
Another funny thing is his wife is a dentist, so he was like independently wealthy beforehand, and yeah, like this was just started to sell his supplements.
He's got
every single one of those guys. It's amazing how easily people fall for those. Where like even people you would think wouldn't fall for a vitamin scam, but it's packaged so neatly that it's in the form of content, and people fall for it. They're like, "Yeah, I think this guy actually has really good points, and I'm gonna stan him, and I'm gonna buy his vitamins, which are identical to the one-a-day vitamins at the grocery store, but they have his name on them."
You know how many guys make their little like $5 cut steak from Walmart and fucking drop a bunch of salt on it from the top after now because it's so cool. Hey babe, I'm doing Salt Bay for your birthday. Get ready.
Just doing the same thing with dropping it from up high. Yeah, it helps.
It all bounces off of her steak onto the floor, and she's fucking crunching around the rest of the night. You know, sweep it up.
Dog's licking it up.
Happy birthday. So good.
That's what I do for my dog on the dog's birthday. I pour salt all over the floor so he can lick it.
Two big bloodhounds that make your fucking kitchen so slippery you walk in and bust your ass on their mouth slime. They're licking the floor salt. Some Home Alone
They start
shit.
licking you.
Oh, that'd be a horrible way to die. You spill salt on your floor and your bloodhounds make your floor slippery with their slime. And you slip on and just hit your head. 911 will come be like, what the fuck happened? What happened here?
Yeah, the thing is, it would be dry by the time you get home. Whereas if you had a dog shit
True.
that you slipped in, the dog shit would be all over the place. But the spit's going to be gone by the time they come home. They're going to be like, he slipped on the kitchen floor because he's a fucking moron.
That's had to have happened to you at least once. As somebody who has fucking almost torn my ACL basically slipping in dog shit in the yard before, like back in the day. Twisted my knee on some yellow dog shit. Fresh. But there has to be somebody who has had like a near fatal injury from slipping in dog shit. Somebody that has to have happened at least once. It probably has happened where somebody was like, Voink! Like especially inside, you're not expecting it, hitting some slick shit on the carpet, going flying into like the hutch,
or just tripping over a dog or a cat, having it walk between your legs and you hit your head.
Every day. My cats love to fucking try to walk between my legs. I'm like, I am not that dexterous and my feet are huge. Don't do that.
If you die, like, they're never going to find out what happened because the cat's just going to run away. It's probably going to eat you.
They don't care. They'll get smashed. Especially my cat Carino, the younger guy. You could fucking just literally, when he's on the ground, you can just go put your foot on him like, I'm going to stomp on you. He just puts his head down like, okay. He loves it.
Aw, poor guy.
No, he's just a fucking...
I mean, he's a nice guy.
He's
but
just
like,
trust. He just trusts. He loves being smooshed, you know? You can give him a big hug and squeeze him. He's just like, blah. He just starts purring.
I'm thinking when I'm walking around the house, I kind of subconsciously like drag my feet and slide around more because there's like 4 cats running around that I don't want to step on.
You should get roller skates. You should get Heelys.
It makes it worse if I'm walking and then try to dodge the cat because they make a quick movement and they move like right under my foot. I'm like, hey.
I always feel so bad when they put their tail like underneath my foot as I'm walking. I'm like, brother, you weren't there 2 seconds ago. This isn't on me.
Yeah, I think the last time I accidentally stepped on like Dolce's tail, she has the big fluffy one. It was more of just like she went because it was like barely, and she tried to pull away, and it was like kind of resistant. So she's like,
yeah, that's all it's really ever been for me.
And I was in socks. Grow up. She's fine. She's like a skink where it just rips off. She grows a new one. Be nasty.
Alex, when are you gonna get a cat?
I'm in a no pet building.
Son of a bitch.
No pet zone.
No pet zone.
Damn. Aaron can give you one. Aaron's like, no, I
I
can't.
like calling mine too much.
Give me all of them.
Just volunteering Aaron's cats away because he has a bunch. It's so cool to do. Hey, Aaron,
Put 'em
can
in a
give you one. He
box.
has lots. Say, Aaron's breeding them. Yeah, Aaron's a cat breeder. Amateur.
Do you ever have that thought with, because Dolce's a girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever have that thought with your cats? Like, damn, I wish I didn't have them neutered so I could see what the kittens
Oh
are
no,
like.
they're not. I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I
I like
want
having them
to.
pee all over.
I would never want them to have had kittens, even if they weren't fixed, because Carino would be the worst dad. He's so stupid.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
He would drown them like Andrea Yates.
I don't think the dads have to do anything.
The Casey Anthony of cats.
Well, then maybe he'd be a bad dad in the sense where he would try to do everything and probably also try to breastfeed.
Be delinquent.
Yeah, he would definitely try to breastfeed. He's so stupid. He's cool though. He's my boy.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't try to breastfeed.
Yep.
You should put like duct tape over his nipples or something. You should get pasties for your cat.
Oh, she would hate that. They're both wearing their Christmas bows right now. They look cute.
Aw.
Little plaid Christmas bows. Tis the season.
So yeah, how weird is it that we're not going to Buffalo like in a week?
There's still snow.
2020, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
We had that one break, so it's like kind of broken up. But yeah, I agree. It does suck. Tom and Chet are hanging out though right now. That's pretty cool.
That's true.
Jake.
Yeah.
They went.
Yep,
they went out
they
tonight.
recorded a podcast too, and we're going to put them both out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're going to be rival episodes.
Tom, Chet, and Jake. They recorded it in a bar.
Yeah, and if you don't hear it, just DM Chet and ask where's our part
Yeah, ask Chet for the
Podcast.
MP3. He recorded it.
on his phone.
Yeah, he recorded it on his phone.
God damn it. That'd be fun to think about trying to get that file.
Trying to get it off his phone, and it turns out he just forgot to hit record.
He traded that phone with somebody for like some magic beans. We need to get that phone back. And then we talked to the guy
Some
that
guy
got
gave
the
me
phone.
a paper towel.
No, we talked to the guy who got the phone. He's like, no, I gave it away for this. Then we talked to that guy, and he's like, no, I gave it for this. Then Chet ends up with this little red paperclip. He's like, guys, I don't have the phone, but
I was told this can get me a house one day.
I was reading up on
so
that
good.
the other month, and that story is so bullshit. It was
Really?
almost all of it was him going on radio stations, and they would give him something that like wasn't a real trade. They were just doing it for publicity because he was viral at that point. So the second half of that is like, yeah, I met a famous guy and he said I could be in his movie. And then I traded that to this other famous guy for his car. And it's like,
Oh, I vaguely remember that now, the being in a movie thing.
yeah,
That's,
like one of the things he traded it for was an opportunity to be in a movie, which like one is not a thing
Oh
you
my
can really
God.
trade.
you know, I just
Unless
realized
you're-
this is pretty.
What's that?
It's like it's like very similar. It's way too similar to fucking Pure Blind Faith. But it's just like, I want a house. It's fucking Boston Mom's book.
Yeah,
I
she
want
traded
house,
a
so I'm
boat
just gonna
for
wish for it. Yeah, I traded a
a
boat,
boat for an RV for a double wide trailer in Celebration, Florida. And now she gets to die. She hasn't been in one of his videos for like 6 months, and he's always talking about like death and loss and stuff.
Man.
Oh, damn.
Wait,
Like,
did
I don't
she
think
die?
she's dead, but I
Maybe
don't think
dying?
she's doing well.
No, he's got to be talking about his fucking cigarette mother.
Yeah, her too, and his dad died in like probably
mom,
before we
though?
found him.
The COVID germs probably tried to get into it, like entered his mom's system, and he was like doing like the cut. Let's get out of here. This place is whack.
Smells too much like smoke.
Yeah,
this
the
is
germs were
fucking
doing
whack.
like you walk into the smoking section of a bar
COVID.
and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, the first COVID germ walked in and pulled his t-shirt up over his nose, like Jesus,
Jesus Christ. I'll
fuck,
find someone else.
holy moly.
A few weeks ago, I walked into one of the porter potties at work, and someone had been smoking in there, so it smelled heavily of like cigarettes. And my first thought was, man, I wish it smelled like shit in here instead.
Yeah.
I'm more used to smelling that while I'm pissing. Less abrasive.
The only reason I don't get mad at like a location like that, in my head, I'm just like, I hope there's a homeless person that wanted somewhere warm to smoke. Maybe it was a spliff, and not just some dickhead that was like, I can't shit.
It was someone working on the construction site that wanted
Oh,
a
you
smoke
mean like an
break
actual,
and not.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's someone who had Skittles for breakfast.
Exactly.
It's time to get rid of it.
God damn it. Yeah, a fucking liter of Mountain Dew and 2 Speedway breakfast sandwiches. Ugh.
Yeah, maybe they should mandate breakfast. They should mandate that they have enough fiber and stuff just to keep the porta potties okay.
So funny.
Like when you have a bathroom that
No,
you're
that's
sharing
exactly
like that.
why
and
you-
like,
Exactly why you have some porta potties though. You never go about flushing that shit. You have guys coming through dropping off big ass clay bombs.
And you just get to see it there. It just goes in a heap. It's horrible.
Have you guys ever been in like? I think the one I remember most is the end of like the county fair, like the week-long county fair in Oakland County, Michigan, and going to some of the porta potties that are near like the exit. And some of those, it was at the point if you sat down for number 2, someone else's poop was touching your butt. Like there's no shot.
I'm pretty lucky. My job site, like they empty them once a week, and it's like where everybody has to shit, so they're pretty well maintained.
It would be decent just because people would be like, "What the fuck? This is disgusting." If it was otherwise, because like you can probably that shit.
Well, the last site I was on, there was one that had like shit smeared all over the inside.
Who's your coworker?
They had to. Well, yeah, no, they had to like in our like weekly meeting. They're like, I want to hope that it was no one from our company that smeared shit everywhere, but if you were, that's not what we stand for, type of thing.
And we're against that. Look at our bio
look
on
at
our
our core values.
I hope it was somebody that set his phone down on that little shitty like hand washing like shelf where nothing can fit on it, and it slid down on the toilet, and he fucking tried to like grab it really quick, and he pulled it out and flung all that shit all over, and he pulled it out. I could see it happening.
They gotta check everyone's phone. Who has shit in their phone?
Let me smell your dick song. Let me smell your phone. Gross.
Have you guys noticed in porta potties these days they have urinals in them now? That is such a good fucking invention because it stops the seat from getting pissed on. Whenever I use one, I like hope that the person that invented it like has a good strong patent and they're like incredibly rich from it.
It doesn't matter to me. I fucking pee and then spin in a circle no matter what porta potty I'm in. There's like a line of people waiting, like 40 people. I just see pee leaking out of it. Like, come on,
It's spraying out the vents in the top of the thing.
You're on the side. What the fuck? I could come out completely dry. But the inside, like, just all dripping. Like, oh god! Imagine you go in there, fucking pee drips on you right when you close the door.
Did you ever see that YouTube channel, the Yellow Pee Monster?
No,
it's just some psychopath.
So.
He would get banned from YouTube repeatedly in the early days of YouTube. Some psychopath who would piss all over public bathrooms for no reason and film it.
He got re-uploaded to LiveLeak because that's him and King Fart Ripper were fucking both had to be forced to be re-uploaded to LiveLeak.
King Ass Ripper.
Yeah, King Ass Ripper's King. I hate how King Ass Ripper has the fucking like Buffalo Bill voice. Oh, try to rip ass my roommate's door. Okay, man.
At least he's not doing it in a public bathroom. Well, he might be doing that too.
I mean, if you use a public bathroom, it'd be more appropriate, man. I just want to hand him a wipe every time, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you got to check after those.
The only time I ever farted like that in my life is when, like, I would have a night drinking malt liquor, but not eating anything. So just kind of like gassy fucking, but no gambles. Great.
I think if you even start to feel one like that, you probably just have to shit.
Oh, man. I remember farting once like that early in the morning at a Lifetime Fitness shift, and I was just folding towels at the desk. I let out like a malt liquor fart, and this dude, he's a Detroit cop actually. He walked by and fucking started gagging. It's great. I was just like, yeah, it couldn't be me. I work here. There's no way I'd fart like that.
A-cap.
Smell my ass. That was like Sonic and malt liquor. Like, then just a like I'd probably take a big dump 20 minutes after that. But that was like the silent warning one. Just, I wish I could.
I want to apologize. I want to apologize to anyone that's listening to this, like while they're making dinner or perhaps while eating something.
Yeah, if you're trying to get your kid to stop crying and listen to us, sorry.
Yeah, if you're listening to this while you're having sex, I'm just turning you off.
Yeah, if you're listening to while you're having sex,
I'll put some sexy music behind it.
Oh, cool. Get some, dude. What the fuck's this guy's name? Hold on, I gotta look him up now. Do you guys have a station that starts playing
for having sex?
Do you guys have a radio station in your city that starts playing the Christmas tunes right on November 1st as well?
November 1st?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think now they are.
Oh my god, hold on. Yes, dude. He died in 2015, but there was a guy he was actually a faceless type dude. He didn't show his face for many, many years, but his name was Alan Almond. And he was the host of a show that was on 100.3 WNIC, which is kind of like an adult alternative. Sometimes it was just oldies. I don't really know how they did it, but they played the Christmas music all year too. but he had like the fucking like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. or whatever, and he'd talk like this, and his show was called Pillow Talk. And every night he'd be like, "Here's Jewel with You Were Meant for Me." And I just remember my grandpa, whenever the guy would come on, he would turn around and be like, "Ah, I'm so gay, probably a big fat guy," because he was like faceless. That was my grandpa who died at 50, but like I remember just being like cringing and being like, "Ah, so gay."
Get him.
He had like a silky smooth voice, like, "Don't talk gay to me, your Pillow Talk. I'm turning the station off." But like also being like, "He's probably a big fat guy. Grandpa, you're a big fat guy."
Yeah, were there gay big fat guys back then?
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
There were probably
Henry
a couple.
Kissinger, H.G. Wells.
That's true.
No, they were all fucking jacked and ripped.
I said H.G. Wells.
I
George Orwell's.
The people used to
So
be
I-
a lot skinnier in like the 70s and 80s.
Jar Jar Wells. Jar Jar Wells. That's 1984.
Jar Jar Wells.
It works so good
I
with Jar Jar
Googled-
Martin and Jar Jar Wells.
Jar Jar
Alright, go
Martin.
That's not good. I Googled podcasts for having sex to, and I found this list in Men's Health, and there are some insane things on here. So there's one called Foreplay Radio.
Hey, that's like Pillow
this
Talk.
Sex Talk with My Mom. You've really got to be comfortable talking about your sex life if you're going to bring it up around your mom. That's the premise of Sex Talk with My Mom, hosted by Cam and Karen Lee Potter. Every Monday and Thursday,
Nope.
the two talk about all things sex and nothing is off limits.
I think
So
the Chaos
basically-
Infinity guy should do that with his mom.
Oh, God.
Bro, that's literally like the fake insights into things you make up. Insights into sex with my mom. So fucking, damn, they're shadow banning us. I can't post this anywhere. I can't upload this anywhere. I can't upload sex with my mom anywhere.
Insights
This-
into incest.
Incest into things.
Incest into things.
I think I've actually heard of this one. My dad wrote a porno, which is a podcast about a guy that discovered his dad wrote some bad
Yeah.
erotica, and then they go through it. Which
I've
is
heard that.
pretty good.
I heard that recommended by like your typical
Yeah.
like, lists. Not Pod About though.
The Man Whore podcast.
Oh man, just hear a bunch of guys talk about their crazy sexual ventures.
It's a comedian that talks about sex and relationships. He also interviews his own past hookups and explores kinks, polyamory, and a ton of other topics in the dating world. Dude, imagine someone you hooked up with fucking calls you and asks you to be on their podcast about having sex with them.
And it's called
Fuck
man
that.
whore.
It would only work if you already had some clout.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because
You would have to be a Tucker Max level guy.
No, I could even see it being funny with like if it was done well with some dude who's been like just single forever in Hollywood sort of guy, like not George Clooney, he's too serious, but like I don't know, Pete Davidson wouldn't be funny to me because dude, screw that guy. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it wouldn't be funny to us, but people would enjoy it.
Crystalline.
Yeah, I can understand the.
No. Yeah, he's like, hey, you're home for Thanksgiving, right? You want to be on my podcast? But we had sex 5 years ago.
Well,
Are you done with finals?
Fuck.
what was that one that was like guys that like watched pornos and like reviewed them that we talked about on the pod before?
It was like that damn podcast, but I forgot what it was called. It was something really stupid.
It's probably gone by now. Isn't that damn podcast gone?
It was probably they're in hiatus. It was probably called Shit We Fap.
Shit, we fap.
Shit We Fap. That's what the podcast is called.
This is the Cum Tribute podcast.
Shit We Fap is so stupid.
Shit, we fap. Oh, I should probably mention there was a story about Kanye West showing Kim Kardashian sex tapes, presumably new ones that he made to employees of his company, which is so
Oh.
funny because it's like the guys that we've talked about over and over. Like the guys who were like, you got to see this, man, the Kim Kardashian sex tape.
Fapping
get in-
DLC.
They get in trouble for like pulling it up in the school library, trying to show everybody.
God damn it, man.
He's just doing that as like a 50-year-old man and it's his wife. Check this shit out.
Oh.
That's the
let me
worst
pull it
thing. I
up.
don't know if this has happened to
I
you,
mean, that's
but
just
like,
like working at fucking. It's like being a UAW auto worker, man.
this has happened more times than I like. I can fucking remember or like to remember working in a gym, but guys can be like, "Hey, dude, check out this hot chick I'm dating,"
Yep.
and they just turn your phone. It's a completely naked
Yep.
ass woman. I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome, man."
I was just thinking about Lifetime Fitness.
I've had
again, but
fucking clients
it's
do
because-
that to me before.
Does
It's
she
fucked
want me
up.
to see
Why? What?
a lot of it I didn't realize at the time, but when I worked at the gym too, it was definitely dudes just being like, look how fucking hot my wife is, my little slut wife. Like the pineapple lifestyle swinger types, and I'd just be like, great, that's awesome, man. Keep folding towels. Oh wow, goodness, she's nude.
That happened once at the gym I worked at, man.
That's
there
the
was
worst
like
though, because then the wife comes in at 4 p.m. like, hi, you're like, oh, I just saw you naked 2 hours ago.
No, there was a couple and like some other trainers there, like they got like propositioned and they had to like go to our boss and be like, this person asked if I wanted to come over and fuck their wife.
God damn it.
Happened like multiple times.
The only time that happened at one of the hospitals I worked at that I know of anyway, because I worked there the longest, so I knew the people the best. I'm not going to say his name because he's way too identifiable. There was a man, I will say he's Filipino, but he's also, at the time, was about 400 pounds. And he met up with a patient like 2 months after she left. They were like texting or something, like real good. He was just like a mental health tech like me. And we were inpatient psych, by the way, for more context. And he met up with this lady after who didn't know had a husband. And the hospital got a call like a week after from the husband complaining that one of the employees, her wife cheated on him with one of the employees from the hospital that she stayed at, which was the guy that, you know, he had just gotten fired like right before I started, so thankfully he wasn't my coworker. But the only way he found out is this motherfucker broke the hot tub. He did like a fucking like fat guy drunk cannonball into it and cracked it, and all the water went all over the basement.
God
and shit.
damn!
And they're like in a big ass house like in the suburbs, and their shit flooded the whole like neighbors down like the hill, the neighbor down the hill from them. They got a bunch of water in like their dining room and shit. Pretty cool.
The only other person I've heard of doing that is Steve Bannon. He like rented a house from somebody in like 2015, and they found the hot tub was all broken and it had like acid damage and shit.
God damn.
God.
He's in there doing fucking Harkonnen shit.
Yeah, I don't even, he's like, yeah, he has slime that comes out of him.
He was probably just moshing to his son's band, man. Converge.
He was skateboarding in it. Yeah, Jacob Bannon.
Steve Bannon. Jake, you gotta stop that screaming stuff, man.
Calm down.
Chill out. I hate Steve Bannon. He's always bleeding and scabbed.
Yeah, he looks like a boil. Just a big boil.
Mm-hmm. He also has the Knights of Columbus nose, where it just turns into like that. It looks like a pink golf ball, but all the dimples are little like red, like the pores where they're all turning red. Weird blood flowing through it.
Yeah,
oh, I know
like
the
you
nose.
could finger one of his pores.
The Knights of Columbus
Ugh.
nose. Yeah, that's so nasty.
What?
It can hold liquid.
Yeah, you
Ugh,
squeeze
taking
it and like a bunch of boogers come out like a sponge out of all the pores.
Yeah. You go to the bar and do a shot out of it.
I'm not even gonna get into how he clogged the toilet with kidney stones.
First time in human
Not even
history.
any poop.
God damn it.
No toilet paper either.
Oh god.
Just kidney stones and pee.
He has a meshy cloth colostomy bag that he just rewashes.
Oh god. It's my Terrycloth colostomy bag.
Clearly, you have to squeeze it out over the sink.
Brown liquid just getting sifted out, dripping through the bottom like a coffee maker. I'm sorry if anyone's eating during this.
It's a pretty gross episode, but it's making me laugh, so I can't stop. Anyway, we're getting too political talking about Steve Bannon, so we should stop. What else? Some stories from this week. Kevin Sorbo's really been going off. He's basically saying that
What was his most recent one?
the gay shooting deserved it.
Yeah, they're
the
all
gay
in on
collection
that.
deserved it. Yeah, that's crazy.
This time
Really,
they're
the
just
first
like,
time I've
yep.
seen them be like that, where they're not like, that's not one of ours. But this time they're like, guess what? This time he is a gay loser like the last guy as well. But shit's so annoying.
Oh, the people say, or he said, the media hates Kanye and Elon Musk more than they ever hated Epstein or Harvey Weinstein. And like a bunch of
God.
people are agreeing with that. And it's like, it's all the same people.
Shut up, Hercules. And yeah.
Man.
Like these
Damn,
people are all
damn, damn.
positioned against each other. Like they're not all rich. And they're not all like connected to the same pedophiles.
I saw a video that I might want to watch. I just might want to test the waters with on a Sunday stream because it looks like it would piss all of us off enough. It's a YouTube account. It's one of those guys just like he'll do like I went to the most dangerous neighborhood and blah blah blah. Okay. Pretty typical content. I hate those, but this one I have to watch. walking into Japan's most feared Yakuza slum. Shut the fuck up, dog. Oh my god.
They have slums?
It's the most feared Yakuza slum. I posted and somebody replied and said they think that he is only thinks this because of the video game, which is pretty funny.
That would be like incredibly annoying with chat potentially though.
Oh no, they'd be on our side. I think that guy'd be annoying as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like don't do fucking dangerous neighborhood videos in like Japan. Come on, man. What, you see a guy fucking passed out on public transportation? Oh, spilled his beer.
You gotta do it with the monkeys, like Tom Green. Go out to the edge of the woods.
God. Yes.
Subway monkey hour. Speaking of spraying shit everywhere, that monkey was in his car for like 2 minutes and it managed to shit on every single surface. And they let it out.
Amazing. And also, poor monkey.
They're fine. Japanese monkeys are great. I follow a lot of accounts, like the Japanese Monkey Center.
They got phones?
And Monkey Park. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got hands, so.
Where they get, like, you can go to a park where it's just hundreds of monkeys, and they come out of the woods, and you can feed them.
Aaron, there's so many times per week, because you're a cat owner, so you know this feeling too. So many times per week where I'm like, man, I wish my cats had like monkey-like hands, but then also I think about it for 1 second. I'm like, no.
Oh no.
Hell no. Cats undoing screwed lids and shit.
Fuck yeah.
Your cat, Aaron's cat be under the sink, like the joke about the baby under the sink drinking chemicals. That'd be Aaron's cat.
Monkeys can get into anything.
Yeah.
If they see you do it, they can figure out how to do it.
It's crazy. I mean, you guys remember the honey badger video even? That thing was pretty fucking inventful. He would stack stuff up and shit. He would collect stuff all around his pen to get out. Great. Honey badger's epic.
Jackson Galaxy, who's like the YouTube cat instructional guy, says that having cats in the house is like having toddlers that can climb up to the ceiling. And it's pretty fucking true, man. Like, I've had him open up cabinets before. They've figured out how doors work and like have gone for the doorknobs. They haven't been successful with it yet, but yeah, fuck them having thumbs.
Your cat's
growing up, we had a cat that like she managed to get her claw into the edge of like the doorknob and pull it down.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're fucking smart. They're very smart.
They're evil.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
No, they're cool.
I did not grow up with them. I didn't know how cool they were until I really had one, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't prejudge them, but I did know only dickhead cats like the entire time, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
A lot of people have bad cats and they don't even get them neutered or discipline them at all.
I think a lot of that comes down to just like being a bad like pet owner.
Yeah, you don't give them anything to do. You don't reward them ever, and then they're like, "Well, it's my grumpy cat. It's just my bitch cat."
The other day, I heard this guy say, he's talking about his cat, and like he doesn't like it, but his like wife and kids do, and he was saying the cat was meowing at their door in the middle of the night, so he like came out and like whacked it with a pillow, and then he was like, "Well, it was a good pillow, just one of the lights off ones." And I'm thinking, well, of course you're not going to light this cat because just crack your door open and let the cat sleep on the bed with you. They just like want to be with you. You could be cuddling with your cute little kitty cat all night, but instead you're creating like an adversarial relationship. And cats don't learn like dogs do. Like they'll just fucking keep doing it.
Yeah.
I think I saw this in a Jackson Galaxy video, but he explained it like dogs evolved alongside humans a lot more. Like cats are more recently domesticated. And so it's a lot harder they don't have that same hierarchy of like the alpha male in charge. They just like kind of walk around thinking they're on the same footing as you.
Yeah, they're not
You just know how to feed them and shit. Yeah. So like if you're trying to like show your dominance and what, it's just never going to fucking work. But if you shower them with love, you get a nice relationship with your kitty cat.
They don't like closed doors.
That's Aaron's cat. That's Aaron's pussy corner.
Even if they don't want to go through the door, they don't like that it's off limits.
Exactly. Yeah, they want to be able to explore. So I've got like the one door in my like hallway. I sawed out a little hole and put like a cat door on it that has a little brush that brushes them when they run through it, so I can have like privacy. But also the cats can come in. Great.
You could get a small shepherding dog to round them up too, maybe.
Oh yeah, that would also work.
Yeah.
Jack Russell Terrier or something. Cool. Oh, you're like, oh damn! I actually got a foxing
catting with
dog,
terriers.
Yep, catting with terriers.
No.
Oh, those
God
little
damn
dogs are they love killing.
Yes, they do.
They love pulling a little rat from the ground and just sinking its teeth into it. swinging around.
Is that what Chihuahuas are for too?
No, they're for eating, I think.
Really?
Huh?
Or maybe that was the other Mexican dog. There is a Mexican dog that they bred for eating because they didn't really have, like the Aztecs, they didn't have like cows and stuff.
Okay, that sounds really racist, dude. I'm just kidding.
I think Chihuahuas might have just been ornamental, though. I don't think they had.
I was wondering what they were bred for.
Well, the smartcanine.com says that they were bred for various purposes such as companionship, religious ceremonies, that doesn't sound great, rituals, and even for food.
Okay.
Yum.
However, modern Chihuahuas are bred solely for companionship today. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
How much meat could you possibly get off a Chihuahua?
Yeah, that's annoying. Well, then again, there's this place in Mexico City. I'm sure it's elsewhere too, but I just saw it on a video. And they do this giant basket, like an appetizer, of sparrows. It's just like these tiny little, it looks like mini little chickens, like mini little rotisserie chickens, but a big basket of them. You just dip them in sauces and go suck all the meat out the bones. It can't be that much meat, man. They're sparrows.
Yeah. It's like ortolan.
But it's one of the weirdest foods to see because it's just like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it seems so decadent, but also so like poverty as well.
Yeah. It just looks
because it's like
weird.
Something only rich people really want to eat.
It looks like tiny food, but like of chicken or turkey, but it's just tiny little sparrows, little sparrow bodies. Crazy.
They should do that
Also,
with mice.
Being the sparrow butcher, man, that's tedious.
Yeah, it's like painting miniatures.
Yeah.
You have to have really fine motor control.
It's a fucking Warhammer 40K fan. Gundam fan here. I'm also a sparrow butcher. I work in Mexico City.
Only sparrows. I grab them out of the air.
Oh god, I wonder how they do catch them. They probably trick them with a bunch of seed and then throw a net on them.
I'm sure they breed them.
Ew.
Yeah,
Dumb
they fuck them.
Guy doesn't know what breed means, so he knows from porn. Ew,
Yeah.
dude.
Ugh.
Ew, bro.
Ew, you're a dog breeder? You should be in fucking jail, you freak.
You're breeding while you're dogging? That's not safe, man.
You're a dog breeder? You must be white. What?
Huh? Sounds about white. Dog breed. Someone asked you, what breed is he? What the fuck do you say to me?
I don't use him for that.
This is my best fucking friend. You're disgusting. So stupid.
Oh.
Well, that's a
thanks
good
for
place
listening to
end it.
everybody.
You want more of this shit? Sign up for our Patreon.
Oh, I thought this was a Patreon.
Weekly
I'm so
bonus
sorry.
pods.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry we talked about poop.
Yeah, sorry about talking about
Pee.
poop, dung, cum, and slime so much. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Your radio is set on cruise control. Get set for another 45 minutes of non-stop rock and roll. At least 10 great rock songs back to back. Guaranteed.